Hello, this is one grader. Open my box. There. So we're looking at Chad, a landlocked country in Africa that borders Nigeria, as we have been looking at countries bordering Nigeria for the last couple of weeks. They're seeing a lot of fire activity. Hopefully nothing too extreme, and if it looks agricultural, that's probably even worse because it's not going to stop. If farmers are burning their land again, it's going to only add to the misery people are finding themselves in these countries due to heat and fire and drought, lack of water. Especially in South Africa, where they are having a water crisis after water crisis. They have failing infrastructure. It's not looking too great. A lot of leaks, like 60-70% of loss is ridiculous. Then you have problems with fire in Chad. Let me remove what looks like a stake. Okay. Now we scroll into it. Now you see here. Make sure I see what I'm doing here. I had the border of Chad. And this slice is literally right in the middle of the country, so we'll have a very fresh eye on Chad. We'll start north. We'll start more in the desert, more mountainy volcanic area like this right here. Massive volcano. Looks like it still has snow on top. This is another world. And moisture. Now this is really where we had just left the other day whenever it came to Central Africa. See a lot of dunes. What sand can burn. Oil sands, pipe sands, it is very bright. Reflectance of the sand. We would see that if there was a fire. Let's going over into West Darfur. Now as we start getting more south in Chad, we start getting to more vegetative area. Oh, that's fire. Looks pretty hot right there. Oh, kilometer and a half. This is a deep-seated fire ready to blow. time lapse of this area. You can see how much this fire's been burning. Can't tell. Just know that there is a lot of fire around this stunning, otherwise, oasis. Yeah, you can see the smoke here. Fire's right here, and the smoke. This land is blackened, scorched earth. These fires run hot and leave the land looking sick. Mongo, let's keep going back and forth. Take a time lapse of this area. So let's go back a few more days. 16th. So we can see here, there is no fire represented on this satellite. So 21st. I see this fire looking real mean as it's heading straight and true. Stands and blows out. So it's burning towards these river system channels because they're always going to, fire always views slopes. Pretty big fire, pretty big jump in the terrain. I think the fire is actually done. You don't see any smoking, and then a mile west, fire looks like it just like it went through this river, burned along the riverside, the river bank, or it blew over due to winds. That's a fresh fire. That's just relatively new. Oh, that's massive here. It's some of the biggest fires I've seen today. Looking real hot. Not good. The time lapses looks like there are dozens and dozens and dozens of fires burning throughout the area. This is South Chad. Okay, so on the 16th, do not see any fire activity. Come back here. You can see multiple fires burning. They don't burn for very long, but they keep popping back up. This is a complex multi-front fire. Has all the direction it could want to go. Go any direction. Ridiculous. Can I run that? 27 kilometers. You got fire up here too. Fire is just racing around Chad, southern Chad. I don't see any pattern. It's just random, just engulfing the land. These are fires that we'll monitor. I'm just seeing fires everywhere. Here, at least 4 in this image. A lot of fire activity. This is extreme fire behavior. Even though it might not seem like each fire is burning independently, they're not. The whole blackened area spans over, this is a fire. It can still be smoldering and it can still be spreading, even though it looks like it could be out. And this height is, it's amazing that we can still see the fire, but it's leaving dozens of kilometers dried up and polluted in its wake. Nothing thrives under smoke. Back. It's just dozens of fires, but just the size of some of these blazes that have happened over the last few days are pretty staggering to see. Whoa. Go back one day, yeah. That's a deep-seated, that's a blaze. Wildfire. Still burning. Still looking south of Chad. Like we continue to go further south, seeing more burns. This doesn't look to be too concerned, but let me do a time lapse of this, just in case. So, don't see anything here on the 21st, 26th. Fires introduced. One more time. Fire races, but it slams in areas. It doesn't just as much ignite. It really traumatizes an area. This is strange land. This is strange topography. And it hug around the hillside, goes up and down a slope. There are fires all along this river system. I don't know what river system it is. Sar Ba? No, it's upside down, sideways. Right there. Choose up the land. Just row, next row, column, next row. Doesn't look like it's controlled, right? Just, it looks wild, like rampant, just running amok. What? Huge fires. Massive. How long these river systems? River system is this? Jerry? Ari? Oh. Dozens of fires. They burn, they go out, but they're little explosions that are happening. Massive amounts of fires that are happening all across here. I imagine this is a lot of agricultural burns, but this looks out of control. This is everywhere. Take a look at it just the last few days. This giant region. No fire. I see fields that could be agricultural. Hmm. Terrible looking fires. Massive. It's just a tsunami of fire. It's a firestorm what we're seeing here. Racing in every direction it possibly fit. The path of least resistance, but a lot of this land has already been previously burned, so it's just going to be able to run over it. These are massive fires that we're seeing. Still in southern Chad. These are massive. like these lands were pristine just a week ago. Guard the land. King over Doba. These are fires that are burning real hot. This is a nightmare. There are fires burning all over the place in Chad. Chad is seeing an insane amount of fire activity. This is hell. Ridiculous amount of fires. All these fires can become mega fires, but damn, it really is an alarming amount of fires that are burning all throughout the southern half of Chad. Just about every fire we've seen so far has just been the last couple of weeks, if that. There are a lot of spotty fires happening all over the place, but they grow and they accumulate and they build. Devastating scenes that are occurring in the country of Chad. There are dozens of fires all throughout the countryside. One of the most fire I've seen in the country so far. Goa? This gets real bad in Central African Republic. Fires are tremendous and they are happening all over the place, letting out tons of smoke. Massive. Alright. That's what I have for chat so far. Please like and subscribe. It helps me out immensely, and I love doing this. It's dozens and dozens of spot fires. well, thank you for watching. I will see you again soon.